I started to know Deling because of a video called Qing Dynasty Princess Speak English. After watching this video, I was shocked because at that time, most women still should bind their feet. This lady already could introduce Qing to the world using English. Then I did some research about her. If you are interested in Qing Dynasty history, you may know her much earlier than me, but I may know some secrets about her you don't know. First, on her books, Deling called herself princess. The meaning of the princess in English is much wilder than it in Chinese. But no matter which kind of princess, Deling never got a similar title in Qing. She just lived in imperial palace for about 2 years and wasn't related to Qing royal clan. But Deling's sister Rongling did got a third-rank princess title called Sanshou Junzhu. Because Deling and her father wasn't important enough to be recorded in official historical documents, so the records about Deling and her family were from private records. From those people's view, Deling didn't have a good reputation. When Deling and her sister Rongling just came into imperial palace, Cixi really liked them. After Eight-Nation Alien conquered Beijing, Qing was forced to open his door. Cixi was eager to find female translators to help her communicate with foreign ladies and help her know Western. Under this situation, Deling and her sister Rongling came into the imperial palace and became Cixi's 女官, lady-in-waiting. Please pay attention. Here, 女官 was from Deling. In Qing Dynasty, 女官 wasn't a formal title. Usually, the ladies who served in some formal ceremonies were called 女官. In other words, 女官 only existed in some formal ceremonies. For example, I remembered my audience once asked, who were the ladies in Rui's coronation? Those ladies were called 女官, but only in the ceremony. In daily life, they didn't have the title of 女官. The Empress Xiao Yichun's mother and grandma once worked as 女官 in the Emperor's promotion ceremony. Back to Zerling's case, she just was a person who accompanied Cixi. She never got any formal title or position in inner court. Deling introduced Western culture to Cixi and also brought many Western items to Cixi. So, at the beginning, Cixi really liked Deling and her sister. But their great relationship only existed 2 years. In Deling's book, she said she left Forbidden City because her father was seriously sick, so she could accompany her father. But in many private records, Deling and her sister were kicked out from the Forbidden City by Cixi for 2 reasons. First, Deling and Guangxu became closer and closer. Deling was Guangxu's English teacher. She was an active person and knew lots of Western things. Guangxu saw the consort Zhen from Deling. Well, Deling didn't refuse Guangxu. After Cixi knew it, she was furious and started to dislike Deling. Another thing was Deling and her sister unbiased the money that Cixi gave to American artist Catherine Cale. Catherine painted a portrait of Cixi. Cixi really liked this painting and gave Catherine a large amount of money as reward. Catherine didn't accept, but Cixi didn't understand English at all. When Deling translated for Catherine, Deling didn't translate Catherine's refusal. So Cixi's rewards came into Deling's pocket. Later, Cixi knew what happened and banished Deling and her sister. Deling wrote several books about Cixi and Guangxu, like 2 Years in the Forbidden City, Imperial Incense, Son of Heaven, etc. If you read them as novel to kill time, no problem. But if your goal is learning real history, I don't recommend Deling's books. According to the article written by Zhu Jiajin, who was an excellent researcher about Qing history, Deling's books had many mistakes. For example, in the book Son of Heaven, Deling wrote when Guangxu was home arrested in Yingtai, he secretly sneaked into the Forbidden City to meet the consort Zhen during the night. This plot was created by Deling. In real history, after 100 days reform failed, both Guangxu and consort Zhen lost freedom totally, and they didn't have a chance to see each other again. I add link of Mr. Zhu's article in the description. If you know Chinese, I highly recommend you read it because it really helps you to learn the real history. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.